down this this huge tech play that's coming out. Since we've got all these Hellions actually burning across the map here, they are blue flamers, and they will be upgraded, level 1 attack upgrade very soon. They are going to go ahead and take down all these Marines in the middle of the map, and it looks like this this expansion right here that was being laid down did actually get moved back into the natural. Liquid Taeja not safe to expand. He's going to be moving these Hellions out, and look at that load up, man. That is a lot of medevacs loaded with tanks and Marines. He sees all the tanks out here. He's not going to go for it, folks. He's going to pull away. Here come the Vikes, and it looks like we also see the tanks coming down here on the low ground, going to be adding to the defense for this 3rd base expansion. The 4th base command center is up, and inside the natural, acting as a macro command center as of now. Look at these Hellions. They're going to go ahead and be dropped on right now from all these tanks and Marines. The Marines and tanks doing some nice damage. The Hellions actually burning down these Marines quite well. Take down Brad OK here to 125 supply against the 143 right now that's out from Taeja. Taeja going to go ahead and start bringing in some more Hellions. He's got more tanks on the way. He did move one of these lower ground factories onto this tech lab, which I mentioned earlier. I thought he would have switched that that one with the reactor core, but you know what, man? He's going to continue with the Hellion play. And God, I'm glad. There's so many Marines out. The more Hellions he's going to have, the better he's going to do, because the more AoE splash, you know, burning damage he's going to be able to do against these light units known as the Marine. A lot of tanks are out right now for Taeja, and dude, that is a huge troop of Hellions. As we're going to see these Hellions now go ahead and push forward. Brad O'Kay's got to be extra careful. He's susceptible to run-bys or drive-bys with these Hellions. He's also quite susceptible to losing his whole Marine force in one bad engagement. So he's got to be very careful. Now, taking a look at it here, one medevac dropship did go out. Working on this barracks. The barracks is going to take some damage, but it's a sacrificial barracks anyway. Taeja really doesn't need it. He's not producing anything but Hellions and tanks anyway. Vikings are also out as well. Now, this is really cool play because he's going to be able to use the Vikings to work this massive medevac supply countdown, as well as use the Hellions to burn down these Marines. And we're going to see this right now as the Marines are going to go ahead and stim up and pull back a little bit. Oh my God, they're lined up. The Hellions do so much immense damage against them, taking down almost every single one of the Marines. But Brad OK now continues to push forward. These tanks not sieging up. They're going to go straight in, balls to the wall. Looks like Brad OK is going to be able to work down all of those forces. No siege, no kill, as Brad OK does do a max amount of damage. That was a lot of damage with those Hellions, but they all got beaten up because of the great micro play and the mass medevac play out right now for Brad OK. Brad OK is going to go ahead and start moving out here on the left-hand side of the Xelnog Watchtower. More forces from him. We do see more Hellions, more tanks, a level 2 upgrades for the vehicular weaponry on the way out right now for Taeja. Taeja's going to go in there. He's going to snipe out one of these medevacs. Looks like we have scans on the high ground right now with these tanks here sieging up on the low ground, taking down these turrets, and that's exactly what they want to do right now. If they can take down those turrets, and they can actually commit to a little bit of a drop, but yet again he's got to worry about this massive Viking count. Some nice auto turrets going down here. No vision for Brad OK as of now, as his air has moved back and his scans have dissipated. We will see those tanks get destroyed, but here comes a mass battalion right now for Brad OK. He's going to go ahead and move up on the right-hand side. He's going to go right against these tanks here, dropping on the Vikings right now. The Marines have all been taken down for the most part. Yes, they have all died. Nice siege up of Taeja's tanks. The tanks here for Brad OK not going to be able to do it, and it looks like the dividends have been paid here. Taeja will go ahead and defend. He's going to go ahead and move out to the middle of the map. This is a very hard place to secure a base, but if he can do it, he's going to have all accessibility here to the right-hand side of the map, to these expansions here, to these expansions down here in the bottom left-hand corner as well. So he's going to be able to actually take nice command if he can hold this. Here comes some more Marines. It looks like the siege up in the background. Some of these tanks not sieging up, however. Most of the Marines have died already, so it's just tank-on-tank action here. If Taeja can move these tanks straight up into the face of Brad OK's tanks, he'll be okay with less casualties, and it looks like Taeja will defend that. He's going to be moving more of his Hellions, more of his tanks over here into the middle of the map. Like I said, if he can secure this then he's going to have a very, very nice opener to anything he decides to do later into this game. Now, it looks like Brad OK is going to go ahead and start posturing up his forces on the right-hand side of the map, moving them into the northern sector right now. We've got that one Hellion just kind of kicking it right here. Very low HP. Will get taken down right away. But Brad OK is going to go ahead and start to secure himself with some siege tank line right here. Here comes a nice siege by Taeja on the ramp, and these Marines not going to be able to push forward. But dude, nice scan being laid down for Brad OK, allowing the vision of these tanks. Now it looks like those tanks are going to get the vision of these tanks here from Brad OK, because Taeja did lay down a scan as well. Now he's got the Viking superiority. This is going to allow him majority vision and majority rule. Brad OK is now moving out a battalion of Marines and tanks down here on the bottom left-hand corner up to the middle of the map. He's got to be careful though. There are quite a bit of siege tanks there. Here come the Marines. They're going to be moving up, and they take down the first Viking. Second Viking now taking some damage, but the tanks are the main priority here for the Marines. They take down a majority of them. 3 tanks still survive here from Taeja, down to 2, and it looks like 2 tanks versus 2 tanks and a Viking. Ooh, Taeja now using that Viking to all of the needs that he's got here, landing it on the ground. But yet again, here comes Brad OK with another force of Marines. They do move in around the background, taking down the tanks, taking down the siege line from Taeja. Taeja cannot keep the SCVs here, so he moves them up into the northern sector. Definitely a great move, as these tanks are going to be able to rain down shells on top of this planetary, as well as on top of anything in the mineral line. We are going to see these Hellions and tanks start to work on this destructible debris to open that up so it doesn't have to take 19,000 years for his SCVs to walk around this little area right here. We are seeing more and more Marines on their way out right now for Brad OK. 10 Marine production, pretty big. We've got more command centers as well, and let's go ahead and take a look at that economic situation while we're just kind of idly sitting here in the middle of the map. 61 SCVers against 61 SCVers, with it looks like more income gain right now for Liquid Taeja, but that is bound to change as Brad OK will be expanding to yet another expansion area. Liquid Taeja going straight up for the 2-2 upgrade here, going for the level 3 vehicular weaponry attack upgrade, and it looks like he's going to be going in here trying to take down some of these Marines. He will be able to do so. These Marines are currently locked and loaded at 3-3 upgrades. These Hellions going straight in for it, man. Not a good idea, as they are going to get blasted down from the siege tanks in the background here. Nice liftoff overall from this medevac. He's going to be able to go in there and defend this base, but is not known yet to Taeja. Taeja has not moved that Hellion down far enough to the south to see it. We do see a little battalion of Marines going to be going up into the 3rd base expansion area, but dude, Taeja's ready for it. He's got these Hellions here. He's going to be able to take that out. I love, love, love the sensor tower. That's going to be allowing him to see any type of drop play that's on the way, anything that's kind of harboring itself or patrolling on this down south left side. South left, that makes sense. We do see Marines and tanks coming across the map here from Brad OK. Brad OK currently sitting at 177 supply with just Marines and tanks against the 183 supply. Here come the Hellions. The Hellions are going to go right in, taking down the tank right away, taking down the next tank. The Marines are going to be doomed to die as well. Huge supply losses right there from Brad OK. He is reinvigorating his forces, however, with more in the background. 10 Marine production, as I stated before. Let's take a look at that main base from Brad OK. He's got 3 racks inside of his main. Looks like he's got a couple of factories out here for the tank production, 2 inside his natural for the barracks, and other than that, nothing else. I mean, he could probably... once he gets another expansion now, he can probably lay down a couple more of those barracks and actually do something. We do see these tanks here siege up in the northern area. Going to be working on this force that's coming in. Brad OK losing quite a bit there. Not playing super cost efficiently here. We do see another force coming in. These Hellions actually taking down tanks before they can siege. Taeja taking the +1 in this situation, as we do see Brad OK only left with a few tanks at the sensor tower. The scan does go down on the high ground. These tanks will get taken out. These Hellions are going to go right up against this. You ever seen Hellions take out tanks? Well, I have. Liquid Taeja has as well, it seems, as it looks like Liquid Taeja now heavily in the lead in this game. Currently sitting on 185 supply against the 117 supply out right now for Brad OK. Brad OK is continuing to set up these Marines out here, and it looks like he's going to be pushing these Marines and tanks out into the middle of the map, moving them out into the left-hand side to protect his newly built expansion area. If this expansion could go down properly, then it'll be very, very good for him, because he did just lose one. Now, Liquid Taeja is going to go ahead and push in. Will Brad OK be able to defend? Oh, those Marines get toasted and cooked like bacon as we see more Marines coming right to the Widowmaker. And it looks like Taeja is going to go ahead and send some Hellions out here into this expansion area. Try to take down some of these SCVs, not catching the line of SCVs, however, very unfortunate. More Marines and tanks pushing on the left-hand side of the map as we see Brad OK sieging them up. He throws down the GG. He knows Liquid Taeja's too far ahead. His superiority with the tank Hellion play was just too fat, and we're going to see Liquid Taeja taking game number 1 right here, right now. And bam, boom, bang, zoom. Boom, bang, zoom. Yeah, it was just Marines and tanks. There was really no tech labs out there on the barracks or anything like that. So Brad OK, you know, he might have been a little bit better if he would have gone for those Marauders. I mean, for some Marauders. I mean, Marauders do a lot against some tanks, and they actually can tank quite a bit of damage. But I'm gonna have to go ahead and put on some music right here, guys. I've got one of my alarms that wakes me up in the morning that's set a little bit later to make sure that I get up is going off right now. So I'm gonna have to be right back in about 30 seconds, guys. We're gonna play a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with some more StarCrack action. Stay tuned. Here's iNexus Stranded for those not seeing a commercial. Alright, I'm back. I'm back. No worries, no fear. I've turned the alarm off, guys. Turned it off. So, big loves out there to the esports community. We love you guys. We're glad to be back. I'm definitely glad to be back. And actually, it looks like it's not my phone going off there. Whatever. Interesting. Well, since that's not my worry anymore, we've got Daybreak going to be the next map. Game number 2 going down, folks. Let's get this going on, and let's rock and roll. Liquid Taeja against Brad OK, and it's gonna be that TVT that we were watching before, but it's gonna be a little bit different. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Much love out there to Mr. President, as well as to Timmy9702 Intake, as well as Raccoon 12. We've got Irish Glee out there. We've got another one coming out to Protoss Trunk. Actually, I made this hat by hand. It's hand stitched, bro. We've also got another one coming out. Another shout out coming out to Benjamin MN, as well as we got another one here for Hulu 99 and Arto City. We love you guys. Goody 3714. I love you too, my friend. Spartate 300, back at you, brosive. We've got Reactor out there. The music's probably too loud. Let me turn that down a little bit. We've got another one coming out right now for Redefined. Yes, it is Shisha. And you're welcome for the beta key. I was giving out some beta keys. When I play Smite, guys, I give a beta key away after every game, by the way. We've got another shout out coming out to Fatox HD, as well as Gillyman. Gillyman. We've got Cinder 22 out there. Cinder 22. How's that for a shout out? We got Boss Toss 96. Hell yeah to you. We got Beer Rush, as well as Jake Levick. Jake Levick, always the man with a plan to help Duffs out, Stan. We've got Rihansu out there, my love, as well as we've got another one coming out here to Silver SC Gaming. Awesome. And we just wait for Brett. Okay, so I'm gonna sit back. I'm gonna enjoy this hookah a little bit. I got a little bit of a song for you guys right now. This goes out to all you Protoss players. Oh, you know who you are. You know this strat. You've done it before. Let's forget you.
I see you morphing your drone for an early hatch, and I'm like, forget you. And then I play a toss in a mirror match, and I'm like, forget you, and he forgets me too, but he don't scout.